Hello and welcome to our place in Sicily. Today we're going to fill you in on all the little punch list items that have happened around the Palazzo this week. There's a lot of them, so let's check it out. So today for our visit, our video, we're going to take you on a little tour, mostly via drone, but with some other images mixed in there. And it starts out with no better way than our beautiful orange tree is full and ready. Well, it's not ready, but it's ready to be ready. And she is full of oranges. Now, we can't tell yet because the oranges aren't quite ready, so I don't want to pick any. But I believe this is a Seville or bitter orange. It has thorns on it, which is how I identified it. Hopefully you can hear the bells going behind me. We are located in the center of town, right behind the church. And it's noon, I think, so we're getting the noon bells. But I think this orange tree was grafted at one point, and there's two branches that look like they're a different orange. They don't have the little spikes on them, so I'm hopeful. And this will be the first year we've sort of been with it and been around for when they came out. So fingers crossed that I have something like a blood orange on here, which would be great. If anybody out there knows anything about grafting trees, feel free to reach out to me because I'm hoping to graft some other agrumi or citrus. It's a name for citrus here in Sicily, in Italian. But I would love to use this strong stock that's been here forever and keep growing some delicious things. So let's also talk about some of the things we've done. So we've got a new roof, or a roof, on top of in our guest house, on our main bathroom suite, or bedroom suite bathroom. And part of that is covered right now with just the metal. You may remember from our other roof videos that we used a thermocoperta, sort of a thermal cover. It's metal with foam sandwiched in between. So the old tiles, we are going to put old tiles on this as well. And boy, do we have a ton of old tiles. If I have any Sicilians who are looking for some old tile, please leave a comment because I'm going to have some left and I don't want to throw it away. One, because I have to pay to throw it away, and two, because most of it is beautifully patinaed, and it's going to be a little while. We have to put the solar panels up first, and then we'll fill in any gaps with the tile, and then we'll have extra. So it could be just if you're redoing yours and you want to keep yours, but you might have too many broken, I might be able to fix that for you. So then the guys yesterday were working. I got a little footage of that. They were working on the side wall of our bedroom terrace, putting down a layer of fiberglass and covering that up. And were nice enough to let me sneak in and videotape them as well. I was trying to explain to Alfio, who is doing most of the work with Andrea's help, that I want to learn how to do this eventually, and he was just like, why? And I don't know enough Italian to tell him not to take his job just because I'm an artist and I'm good with my hands and it looks fun, and I know I can't do as good a job as him. He's a maestro for this, but I still think it would be a good skill to have because sometime you might need to fix something. And then basically we've just seen a lot of cleanup around here. We're prepping for a visit from Jennifer Bertrand. Our designer from the US is here for a whole week. and we are going to be busy. You probably will see some videos from her and I throughout the week. I don't know. We'll see what we have time for, but we both intend on doing a little bit. Hopefully we'll get it out during the week, but maybe it'll come out after the week. And we are going to go over every inch of this place. This main roof is one example of one of the tasks they've gotten completed. And actually it's not fully completed because it'll still get another coat, but they've done some trim work up here. They also put in some new scaffolding. They took down some scaffolding and put up some scaffolding. And I wish I had been here for them to put it up because, you know, look at this. They managed to hang scaffolding across the length of our house, the depth of our house, without any of it touching the roof of our neighbor's house. And I don't know how that magic sorcery happened. So I'm fascinated. Maybe I'll come back and videotape them taking it apart, but they're getting ready to do the tonoko, the outside of the house. So we're excited that that is going to get covered. Today, Igor and I had a long discussion about how we're going to finish the new parts, the newer parts and the older parts of the house, the parts that we want to highlight, the parts that are causing us problems. I haven't even updated Matt on the problems yet, but there's always problems. So you have to stay tuned to hear more about that. I mean, we're going to cover some of it towards the end, so, you know, stick around. So on the older side, on the facade of the kitchen, they've been also working on that. And they basically had to add a little bit of side to the wall to create the roof. I don't think we actually gave you a finished picture of the kitchen roof. So you're also seeing the kitchen roof here, and you're seeing this beautiful sort of creamy white edge that's rounded. That's a design decision. We still are going to add on the courtyard side of this part of the building. We're going to add the same kind of plaster moldings that we have around the other parts of the building back here. But we finish it off first like this, and then that gets applied. We have to work in and around the circular staircase, and it's like centimeters from the wall. So there's gonna be some really good artistic figuring out to make that one work. But, you know, we're all up for the challenge. And I always say we, and I am going to have nothing to do with it, but the proverbial we. All right, so you can see they've basically done all around the top edge of this. On the street side of the kitchen facade, they will actually come back in and go over that with a dark sort of charcoal lava stone gray to blend in with the side there, because that side of the house, all of the decorative trim is done in lava stone. So you kind of don't ever see two sides of the house at the same time because it's big enough and the streets aren't, you know, gigantic and you can't come at it from a weird angle. So we're really happy that that side will be a cohesive whole. And we've received the Intonico mix for the front of the house, which we decided on green. This is the green, and they've already done a first coat. Now we're only putting it on the upper half to help prevent issues with the damp that we have here. The guys are going to make a sample, probably on an internal wall, just to get used to this. There's a lot of different kinds of Intonico surfaces you can use from different companies, have different mixes. Ours is also very smooth, and it's going to be a little variegated so that it looks like it's aged a bit, and they don't always work with that, so they'll make a sample board and we'll give them any feedback if we need any, and if not, they will go for it. All right, so other things that have gone on is that we've had the the header, the sort of protective part that holds up the building over a door or window. We've had that put in over the kitchen window. And I actually was like, oh, they haven't put it in yet. And then I got closer. I was like, oh, what comes next is a very intricate dance between what needs to come first. So solar needs to go up before we can take things down, like the dining room, which you can just barely see here. This one here. We're going to take the dining room ceiling off. Already we knew we were taking the ceiling off, but we're taking the roof off. It's just a little too suspicious, not so much so that it would be unsafe, but that it could let leaks in. And Stefano and his team are serious about the warranty on this business, and they don't want it to be leaking and for us not to be able to figure out if it's something they did wrong or it's just the nature of the roof. So we're just going to put a new one up. And that's an easy one. They just put an impermeable layer on top. We're going to put porcelain tiles on top of that. They'll be nice and light. That's it for now. We've got a big week coming up. I'm going to keep this shorter than normal because I got to go draw up floor plans and get things ready and find my samples and lots of stuff before Jen gets here. We really, really love it when you subscribe. And leave us comments and suggestions and honestly some encouragement for when those days are I'm having a bad day. I like to go into the thing and just read happy thoughts. They don't all have to be happy thoughts. Constructive criticism is also welcome. I think that only makes our project stronger, and so many of you have reached out to us in other ways as well. I'm just super happy and super lucky that we have you on board. We hope you'll think of subscribing or sharing it with a friend, and that you'll come back next week. So until then, ciao, ciao.